Hello everybody and welcome to a review of Star Wars The Rise of Skywalker. I almost forgot what it was called. It's a pretty raw, unedited video and we'll get straight into it because no one likes long intros when people long it out. Me and James here went to see The Rise of Skywalker last night at midnight.
We did.
And we went to see the last one as well at midnight as well, and we did a review and people quite liked it, but that was a very negative review, and I think this one will probably be quite positive because, to sum it up, I liked it. What about you?
Loved it, it was good.
Yeah, it was really good. So spoiler alert, we will go into some spoilers, and we've not really planned anything, so we're just going to sort of waffle on about it when things come to our head. And to be honest, I think it's one of the ones you need to watch twice. It always is with Star Wars, you know, watch it more than once, because the first time you watch it you're just caught up in like sort of the surprises of it all. But we'll talk about like the first sort of part, the first maybe 20 minutes or so. So the opening crawl was pretty cool. It just talked about how Palpatine is basically alive and sent a message, and one of the things I did think was I still don't understand how Palpatine is alive. It's sort of rushed how he's still alive.
Yeah, he didn't really explain it. It's just there.
Yeah.
It's a mad life support thing.
Yeah, because was it like a massive arm or something?
Yeah, it was like a massive coming from the ceiling sort of arm thing. He was like in some weird chair / I don't know. He was all just there.
It is weird because they mentioned something about cloning or something to keep him alive, but I don't really know. Yeah. So I don't know if it's because I wasn't paying attention, but it wasn't made that obvious. So if you were like not that in Star Wars, like follow like the lore of it and keep up to date with it, then I think it's gonna be very confusing to understand how this bloke's alive. But that's not really to do with the beginning of the film. Obviously, it's mentioned in the opening crawl, but I can't remember how it opened.
Started with, I think it was Kylo Ren and like that.
Oh, that's right.
And
yeah,
he was killing a load of.
That was awesome. You see that classic thing from the trailer.
The thing. It was for that. What was it called? The thing to find that planet, the Palpatine.
Yeah, like the Sith Wayfinder.
Yeah,
I think.
that. Yeah.
So he's got to find these Sith Waypoint things. It reminded me of Harry Potter, the Deathly Hallows, when they got to find all the bits. But I quite like that. And Kylo Ren, I didn't really care for him as a character, to be honest, in like the last ones, but in this one he was quite cool. I like when he body slammed that guy into the ground. You know, that was a really cool opening scene. I would have liked to have seen more of that. And obviously in this one we actually see the Knights of Ren, which were his mates, the lads.
They're pretty cool as well.
Yeah, they're pretty cool, but they're a bit underwhelming if you ask me. They didn't really do anything in the whole thing. Like they're hyped up and
they're like little
marketing.
spies / trackers. They didn't do anything.
They didn't really fight much. They fought Kylo Ren at the end, but it was a bit like how it was underwhelming when the Jedi went to arrest Palpatine in Revenge of the Sith.
Oh yeah.
You know, they go down so easily. That was what it sort of reminded me of with Kylo Ren there at the end fighting them. You know, they didn't really do much. So I wish there was like more badass scenes of them fighting and, you know, kicking people's asses and stuff. You know. Yeah. I don't know. They could have done more of them. They just sort of stood around following Kylo. Really, it was a bit weird. Anyway, we come to Rey on that planet, which I don't even know what planet it was.
The Resistance.
I don't even know if they said what planet it was, but they're on this forest planet, and they have Princess Leia and all the rebels, and she's training and stuff. And I quite liked it, the whole training thing. It makes sense. I think it's set. It must be set like a year or so after. I mean, she's quite powerful quite quickly, but you know, big spoiler, obviously. She's Palpatine. What do you think of that?
I don't know who he's had relations with.
Yeah, I was thinking that. Didn't go into that? How was he, like...
How's he got a daughter?
Well, what I was thinking is, so if she's his granddaughter, then her parents were the son... Well, one of them was either a son or daughter of Palpatine, but they seem pretty innocent.
Yeah.
You know, but I know that, like, I don't know if it's canon, but before... You know, Palpatine was the Emperor and stuff. He was a pretty normal-ish guy. So he's some sort of bloodline thing through that. But I was really pleased that she was a Palpatine, to be honest.
Yeah, it was very unexpected.
Rather than a Skywalker. Obviously, at the end, she chooses to become a Skywalker, which is very predictable, but made sense. But I really like the whole Palpatine thing. It makes it like... I prefer the darker side
makes sense
of things.
why she's so powerful as well. Like, Palpatine's an absolute monster.
Yeah,
so.
I suppose that sort of works out why she's good at training like really quickly and stuff. So it did make sense. Anyway, so the whole gang get together. Poe, Finn, and Rey for the first time. They get together as like one group and go out. So that was quite cool to see them together. They worked well. I mean, you probably could have seen them work all together like that before in the film. So it's a bit weird that they've only just all got together. But it was good whilst it lasted. I thought that Dio, the little robot thing, was a bit pointless.
Oh, the little cone.
Yeah,
one.
the cone head.
Yeah.
Like, I don't really see...
He had like a small role in the end. I can't remember what it was.
Yeah, I think it was more of like a marketing thing for Star Wars. It's like more toys and merchandise they can sell around it. Like, they could have easily not had that in.
Yeah, definitely.
It was sort of built up, especially in all the promotional stuff, to be a bigger character.
He had some sort of role, but it wasn't that massive.
Yeah, it was like the droid of the guy that killed Rey's parents or something. But yeah, so I'll go to probably one of my favourite bits. Well, my favourite moment in the cinema that affected me the most was where I thought Chewbacca died.
Oh, yeah.
Like, it's my favourite because it gave me a reaction, like a genuine reaction. I didn't like the fact that I thought Chewie died. But I genuinely thought when he was taken away and I saw like him pick up the dagger and then one of the Knights of Ren was looking at him behind a rock, I was like, that's it, mate. Chewie's dead, that's it.
Yeah.
That sucks. And then they pull that ship apart. Did you think he was dead?
I was like, he must be dead then.
Yeah, I was like, it's a pretty underwhelming death, but I can live with it. He's probably one of my favourite characters, Chewie. You can't go wrong. But then when he came back in the ship and the doors just opened and he's there, I was like, oh my God.
Thank God.
What a relief. So that was really cool. It did take me by surprise. And that was a genuine reaction in the cinema. So that was fun. It's good.
It also helped. I was like, when she had the Force lightning, I was like, how the...
Oh yeah, that was cool. Like the Force lightning.
Yeah, that's how she destroyed the ship that we thought Chewbacca was on. She like accidentally used Force lightning.
Yeah.
So that helped get to Palpatine.
You turned to me at one point in the cinema, and I'm pretty sure you said she was a Palpatine or something.
Yeah, I did. I was like...
Before they even mentioned it,
you're
like, she's Palpatine.
It just, I don't know.
I think you said she's the Emperor's daughter, so you're pretty close, or something like that anyway.
Yeah.
So, it was awesome. Force lightning's pretty cool. And then obviously they move on to I think the carnival scene was before that.
Yeah,
whole weird thing.
Before, because they were looking for one of those tracking things.
Yeah, and that was cool when you first see Lando Calrissian. He's just cool. You can't go wrong with him. You could have plonked him in any scene and he would have been pretty cool.
OG.
I would have liked to have seen him more, to be honest. Like, shooting more stuff up, flying the Falcon more.
Yeah.
I suppose that brings me to the space battle at the end. I know we're sort of jumping forward a bit, but I would have liked to have seen more of the space battle, to be honest.
Yeah.
I really did like the whole confrontation between Palpatine and Rey and Kylo, but I personally love like all the space battles and all like that side of things. So I would have wanted to see more of that, really.
Yeah.
But the whole thing between Palpatine and Rey was quite cool. I loved that whole Sith temple and all his followers, and they were like chanting, and they're all hooded and it's dark. Like it just looked cool. It looked just how you'd imagine a Sith temple, and him to have this cult thing, and it was really creepy. And I can imagine if I was like a lot younger watching it, that would have freaked me out.
No, definitely. Very gloom and doom.
There's a bit where where Rey goes to Luke's island again. That was cool, and she goes to throw the lightsaber in the fire, and then Luke Skywalker comes out. Force goes, and catches it and gives it back to her. And that's basically J.J. Abrams' way of just completely mugging off the bloke that did the last one, Rian Johnson. Because the last area was terrible. You know, when Luke threw the lightsaber back, I think J.J. listened to the fans and he knew that's not how it should go. So it was really like, you could tell it was like a battle between ideas. The directors, you know, JJ sets up this really cool ending in The Force Awakens where he gives the lightsaber. Rian Johnson gets Luke to throw it behind him, and JJ comes back and basically saves the whole thing again. So it's like, it seemed very back and forth. So I don't think they should have done it with try and do it with all these directors throughout the whole thing. But yeah, no, I liked that whole scene on the island. You know, he goes, you know, I was wrong. This, you know, way of the Jedi, here you go, have your lightsaber. And he lifts his old X-Wing.
Yeah.
That was cool. I mean, come on, that ship wouldn't work. It's been submerged underwater for like years. But it's Star Wars, it's the Force, I can live with it. But that was awesome because it was just like The Empire Strikes Back.
That was a little bit cringe moment when she was wearing his helmet.
Oh, she didn't. Yeah, I thought that.
I was like,
you don't really need to wear the helmet, do you? But there you go. But I loved that scene on the island and stuff. I was surprised we didn't see like the Force ghosts of Yoda, and I really wanted to see Anakin's Force ghost too.
That would have been good.
Because we heard both of their voices in it. When she had like a bit of a vision, that was quite cool. I think we had Mace Windu as well.
Yoda, Qui-Gon,
Qui-Gon Jinn. So it was cool seeing that. We also saw cameos from things like, you saw the Ghost from Star Wars Rebels.
Yeah.
So I bet there's going to be a lot more ships when
definitely.
people look into it. Like, they're like, oh, that's from that and that's from that.
Imagine if the Mandalorian ship's in there.
I was thinking that if the Mandalorian ship's in there somewhere, that'd be great. I can't remember, the Razor Crest, I think they call that ship. That would be amazing.
That would be cool. I'd like that.
But I doubt it. But maybe. Who knows? And I'm pretty sure as well on the Millennium Falcon, I might be wrong, but in the gunner seat it panned a second, it just cut a second to who I think was Wedge Antilles, the guy that was like Luke's, like, not co-pilot, but he was like a good pilot in the original trilogy. So that was cool. Chewie got his medal finally at the end, so that was really cool from Maz.
Quite like her character.
Yeah, I like her character.
She's not like a bad character. You've got a couple who are just like
a bit weird.
Yeah, I also like the little tiny guy who.
Yeah, the guy on the planet where they wipe. Well, they don't wipe C-3PO's memory, but they retrieve the Sith translation. But that little guy, that was awesome. I can imagine him being sort of like a bobblehead character that you have in your car.
Yeah, that's cool.
That was really cool. What did you think about Princess Leia's death?
Yeah, it was good. It's a kind of nice link between her and, another spoiler, Kylo Ren's death.
Yeah.
So they both went at the same time, which was like nice.
Yes, yeah, she dies to save him, and then obviously he dies later on to save Rey.
Yeah, we didn't mention he turns back to the light side.
Yeah, he turns
after
back.
Rey.
I knew that was coming from day one, from The Force Awakens. As soon as it was in it, like
and
you know he's turning to the light side.
We didn't say who else returned. Who didn't think would.
Han Solo randomly popped up, which was really cool. Like no one really knew Harrison Ford was going to be in it, so that was cool. I did like that. There was a lot of stuff which in this film where it's like it happens but it wasn't really there, so there's a lot of force projections or like force ghosts or hearing voices or
transferring bloody objects through the force,
which is weird, and it's like it's a cheating way of getting past problems, but like it works. It's cool. Quite cool. It was really cool seeing Kylo Ren fight with a blue lightsaber.
That was good.
With Luke's lightsaber, and it was really, I loved seeing that flashback from where Princess Leia and Luke were training together. That was really awesome. So I was pretty pleased at the end when Rey had her own lightsaber. I was wondering if she maybe took parts from both Luke and Princess Leia's lightsaber to make her own white lightsaber. And I definitely think it ended on the right note on Tatooine with the binary sunset and stuff. it is a good way to end it, and that's probably a good way to end this video. Out of 10.
Give it a solid 9.
A solid 9. That is really good. Okay, in comparison, what did you think for The Force Awakens and The Last Jedi?
They're both pretty awful, so I'd give them both like a 4.
I think The Force Awakens I'd probably give a 7 out of 10. Last Jedi, a 2 out of 10.
It's so bad, yeah.
And this one I'd probably give an 8 out of 10. It's my favourite of all the sequels.
Yeah.
Obviously not my favourite Star Wars film. I think that's either Return of the Jedi or Rogue One, to be honest. But yeah, definitely go and see it. Go and see it with an open mind. It's not everyone's cup of tea, I don't think. Like, a lot of it was just over the top on scale, you know, ships and explosions.
Yeah.
A lot of it is all CGI, but I liked it. I went into it with like really low expectations, which I think helped since the last one. But yeah, definitely need to rewatch it. Definitely going to get on DVD, and definitely want to hear what people think. So comment down below, let us know what you think. And until next time, thanks very much for watching, and we'll see ya in the next video.